privilege of serving as your president for this past year. Your trust and support have allowed me to carry forward the vision of our chapter, and for that I am truly thankful. While this year may not have unfolded as expected, it became a profound period of self-discovery for me. I may not claim to be a better leader than when the year began, but the experience of the past months have provided invaluable lessons about both my strengths and my areas for growth. In November, I had the privilege of attending the JCI World Congress in Zurich, Switzerland, an opportunity made possible with the assistance of the foundation. Thank you, Matt, and everyone else in the foundation, and I'm very grateful for that because I would not have traded this experience for the world. I really haven't spoken much about this experience, but I feel like tonight is the right time to share some reflection on that time. So approaching the conference, the expectations centered around leadership, understanding JCI globally, and connecting with fellow leaders. However, the conference offered much more than that. It delved into profound insights on various levels. I previously mentioned my admiration for my daughter Autumn with a post on Facebook, so I won't talk about that again. But she is a fearless leader that accompanied me on this journey, and I definitely cannot say farewell to my presidency without expressing my gratitude for her unwavering support, patience, and companionship through countless meetings, events, and phone calls. Now, turning back to the conference itself, I want to highlight some of the lessons that I learned. The first was the language barrier, an unexpected challenge that I faced while volunteering at the check-in desk on the first night, in which everyone was shocked that an American had volunteered, but I'm like, hey, this is the Jaycees, we volunteer, so I saw the list and I signed up. On that first night, there was English, broken English, German, French, Japanese, and we found ourselves, Autumn and I, facing a huge communication barrier. Despite only being limited to English, Autumn and I stayed very calm and we embraced the diversity. A particular memorable encounter was with a gentleman, Pauline, from Cameroon. Our initial conversation faced hurdles due to me speaking too fast, which none of you have ever told me that before. Yet I even tried to slow it down and it still didn't work. So we resorted to texting, which that was a whole other encounter because he had a French keyboard and I used the American one, so it was really, really difficult, but we made it work. Okay, so I told him on his French keyboard, sorry, everyone always tells me I speak too fast. And one of the things, this is so simple and it has just stood out to me, said, instead of seeing it as a flaw, he remarked, it's not a default, it's a quality. This statement resonated so deeply with me as it challenged my own perception of a trait that I often apologize for. In a year where I questioned myself and my ability to lead, a stranger's perspective reminded me what I considered a shortcoming was in fact a distinctive quality that sets me apart. Now, as we managed the registration table during the conference, a situation arose where some confusion about where the Swiss JCI members were supposed to check in because there were so many of them. But I should note that Japan actually had more delegates there than Switzerland. They had their own table because I'm sure that would have been a whole other obstacle there. But as many of you know, I have no problem taking matters into my own hands. It's not something that I shy away from. So I took charge, making a loud announcement to guide the Swiss members to their table down the road from us. Or not down the road, down the line from us. Amidst the chaos, I engaged in light banter with members as they searched for their IDs. I collaborated with a male JCI member from India, devising a quick and efficient method to check in their large delegation of over 30 people. And to add a touch of fun, we organized a lively game of bingo to navigate through the French delegates. I noticed that some of my attendees were a little bit surprised by my approach. I went back and was talking to some of our US members, and an insightful point was raised. In certain cultures, the idea of women taking charge may be unfamiliar. But in a setting predominantly composed of men, the presence of assertive, capable women was very powerful. This experience served as a poignant reminder that as a woman, I don't need to shrink back or silence my voice. I should confidently be myself. Reflecting on the broader context, and I know there's going to be so many JCI experts here, so don't quote me on any of this next part. But to the best of my knowledge, I believe there have been fewer than 5 female JCI world presidents since 1945, give or take, right? Okay. And it wasn't until 1988 that the first female world president was elected within our organization. This historical context underscores the significance of encouraging all the women in this room tonight, which are quite a few, to push your potential without reservation. We stand on the shoulders of those of us of those women who have paved the way for us, and I urge each woman here to push your boundaries, break through the barriers, and unapologetically be yourself. Finally, I want to share a source of immense pride that emerged during my time at 2023 World Congress. Learning about JCI World President Kaveen Kumar Ravil, pretty good? One of his focus is on the youth Jaycees demographics, and it was truly inspiring. As Scott told you, I was a big force behind getting it, and I push them each month when we have our meetings. Over the past 2 years, the youth in our chapter, this is something that they've wanted, that they've expressed their concern to establish their own group. They want to be a part of it. And it was all of our collective impact, whether you have kids in here or you don't, whether you're a parent or you're not. So many of you out there have impacted my child and Jazz and Sophie and Hannah, all of those kids out there to want to follow in our footsteps and be what we are. But it's you guys that have ignited the passion in our youth, motivating them to follow in our footsteps, embrace service, leadership, and the principles of our mission. Launching the youth chapter wasn't without its challenges, as not everyone saw the need for it. Despite the occasional small size, our youth chapter has proven to be a force, with its participants growing, learning, and setting examples for each other, and even for some of us adults at times. During the World Congress, the Secretary General and the 2023 World President found Autumn in the crowd, both knowing about our youth chapter, and immediately took her to speak with President Kaveen. This realization reaffirmed that we are indeed leading the way, and we are ahead of the curve. I'm optimistic that our youth will have the opportunity to engage with President Kaveen, contributing his mission and supporting other youth leaders. This experience reinforced the lesson that when you have a goal or a dream, persistence is key. Don't give up, even if others may not initially be on board. Again, push your potential and witness what can be achieved. In reflection, the entire experience turned out to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that far exceeded my expectations. After a year of self-doubt and being overlooked, the love and acceptance I received from people around the world simply for being myself was overwhelming. Colleagues, some of them on international boards, some of them national presidents, stopped us, knew our names, wanted our pictures, emphasizing that titles and positions did not matter. They appreciated me for who I was. It served as a powerful reminder that while not everyone may connect or resonate with me, that's perfectly fine. I must always be true to myself. So tonight, as I bid farewell, I extend this reminder to all the leaders in the room. Stay true to yourself, don't hold back, and stand up for what you believe in. I want to thank you again for entrusting me with the opportunity to lead this chapter, even if it was only for a brief moment. It's been an honor and it's been a privilege. Thank you.